Hello, my name is Cynthia. Welcome to my class. Today I am going to teach you step by step how to make a magnolia. To make the magnolia, you're going to need gum paste, a pouch of cornstarch, 3 petal colors in 3 different sizes, a styrofoam cup, a cup to store your gum paste while you're working, rolling pin, ball tool, cell pen, shortening to spread on your hands while you're working, gum glue, brush, manicure scissors, wire cutter, round nose plier, color dust, 18 gauge wire, 24 gauge white wire, cell board, cell pad, or you could use a foam, an acrylic protector to store your cutout petals, an apple cardboard to let your finished petals dry out. You could find these at your local produce store. To make the center, I'm using an 18 gauge wire, which I'm going to bend. Referring to the smallest of the 3 petals, I'm going to make a ball a little bit less than a third of the height of the petal. Then I am going to shape it into a cone. Then I will dip the wire into the gum glue and insert it inside the base, about halfway, making sure that you seal it all the way down. Then I will start making marks with a spatula all the way around. Using the manicure scissors with the curve upside down and also dip into cornstarch, you're going to start cutting all the way around and right in between until you finish to the top of the teardrop. With the cell pen, you're going to bend each one of the carpels to make it look more natural. Then you will let it dry for several hours. I add a little bit of shortening before I roll out my gum paste. I have a ball about 1.5 inches. I'm going to make it into a log. Place it on top. With my rolling pin, I'm going to press to make sure that it doesn't move. I'm going to roll out until the fondant is thin and it covers about this much of the board to make sure I be able to cut out all my petals. Now that that's thin enough, with the rolling pin, I'm going to cut out the end so it doesn't get in the way. Remove the excess and place it underneath the cup that I have. Now we could transfer this on top of the board. I am applying cornstarch and I will transfer, and I'm flipping it over as I'm transferring. I am going to cut my petals. The line needs to be a little bit more than a third, almost halfway. If I only cut the large size, then I will have to roll out more times. I will transfer them into an acrylic board so they don't dry out. To thin out each pedal, you're going to use either a ball tool or a cell pen, and you're going to hold it like a pencil, pressing on the cell pad and catching the edge of the pedal. You're going to dip a 24 gauge wire into gum glue or Tylose glue, making sure that you remove the excess. And then you're going to insert it into the pedal. Once it's inserted, you're going to pinch on the bottom and transfer each pedal on top of the apple cardboard. If you have a pedal that is broken on the back or the wire went through, you could repair it with a strip of gum paste. You just add a little bit of gum glue and just place it on top. And gentle press down, and you just let it dry. There's another way to cut out your pedals without using a cell board. I already roll out the gum paste. It's less than a 1/16 of an inch thick, and I roll it out in a pasta machine to number 4 or 5. Then you are going to proceed and cut all your pedals that you need. After cutting out the pedals, I'll transfer them in the protector, and then I'm going to cut out thin strips to cover the wire on the back. After I cut out the pedals, I am going to ruffle like we did before. Then I will apply some gum glue or Tylose glue. I'll place the wire, and then I will apply a tiny little bit more just on top of the wire. And I place the strip that I already cut out on top of the wire to cover it. And making sure that it's very well sealed. I add a little bit of gum glue at the end, and then I'm going to pinch it. Make sure that you flip it over and the line goes on the bottom. Once the pedals have dried, I'm going to start giving accents in different colors. I'm using a light green, a yellow, and a pink. So I apply a little bit of color and remove the excess. And then I'm going to start on the bottom and kind of fade it to the top. And I will do that with each pedal. Then I will add a little bit of accent on the top of the pedal in pink. I'm going to color the center of the flower with yellow. And then with green. I have my petals in 3 different sizes ready to go, and I have right here floral tape. So what I'm doing is I'm stretching it to activate the glue, and I'm going to start covering each stem. What you do is just make sure that it glues at the top. That's the hardest part to do. Then you will slide it to the top and then pull it sideways. Then I am going to start adding each layer of petals. I will put 3 of the smallest petals first, then I will add the next size in between, and finally the largest petal. And I will be repeating the same procedure over and over. So you need to attach each petal separately. Now I'm going to add the petals in between. I always bend a little bit. Now I'm going to add the last layer of petals. I'm going to add a little bit of accents with the darker green. And the magnolia is finished.